Hi guys, it's Ashley.
In the face.
Hi guys, it's Ashley. Welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year, guys. Hope you're doing amazing. Today's video is gonna be a life update and Q&A. I know that you guys have been waiting for this video for so long, and I have my boyfriend here with me today.
Hey guys.
So yeah, we're just gonna talk about life a little bit, talk to you guys about what's been going on. So I'll turn it over to Luke to talk about his mom a little bit.
It's been a pretty crazy couple of months slash year. A lot of stuff has been super busy with my mom and her treatments and everything like that. To sum it up, she's had like a little more than 30 doctor's appointments within the past month. So it's been pretty hectic and crazy, taking my mom to a lot of doctor's appointments about different things, all sorts of stuff. Unfortunately, it's because a lot of her doctors are like retiring or they're getting too old and they're trying to transfer practices and stuff like that. And she's getting like having to get like re-diagnosed and reassessed and stuff for all sorts of things. But yeah, she's been doing really good. We got some good news from a biopsy that they went in and looked at to see if it was like cancerous or anything like that. They did find some abnormal scarring that they thought had to do with treatment, but it was a little too far past her last treatment where she got the immunotherapy combined with chemo to really signify that that was what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
They were worried that it was spreading, like the cancer was spreading. But good news is that it's not spreading, it's not growing or anything like that. So yes, that's a plus. Thanks so much for you guys' prayers and everything like that. Unfortunately, with the type of cancer that she does have, it doesn't go anywhere. It's just something that she constantly has to live with and get checked like every 6 months once she does get into like what we call remission stage, where she still has it.
Yeah, it's not technically in remission,
Yeah.
but it's not malignant. Yeah.
Exactly. That's like some of the best news we've had in a while, because
Mm-hmm.
she's been getting treatments constantly over the past year since she was diagnosed around last Christmas. So
Yeah.
it's nice to have like at least that towards the end of the year. And then we did also stop by her gastrologist, I believe is how to say it, but her stomach doctor that's been working with her because of her diabetes. So long story short, with her diabetes, she has what's called brittle diabetes, and how it affects her is that it causes gastroparesis, which makes her stomach not process any foods or anything like that, or at least very slowly. And so we've been having to like kind of mesh up her foods, like blend it up and stuff like that for a while. But now her doctor's saying that she can start having more solid foods and more variety in her diet. So that's also another plus that happened towards the end of the year. So we're in good spirits. Things are going pretty well, and my mom's working through it. She was able to attend my graduation. I don't know if she posted some pictures with my mom in them. I think she did, but
A couple, yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, she was able to come to my graduation.
We were really happy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. And his sister Natasha was also there as well. So it
Yeah,
was a nice
very
experience.
nice.
Yeah.
Got my master's in applied behavior analysis. Finished that up towards the mid of December. Yeah, mid-December. So yeah, working on that. Got that taken care of. Now I just have to make the extra steps and get the certification. Then I can start moving forward with my education / career.
You want to talk about your career a little bit?
Yeah, so I'm working towards sitting to take the test to become a board certified behavior analyst, or BCBA for short. That's pretty much the field in general that works primarily with autistic children / adults, learning different skills, teaching them, I don't know, daily living stuff, skill acquisition based things, math, reading, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, that's like the gist of like what I get to do. It's very great and fun. I love it.
He's also thinking about going to get his PhD as well. So
I know.
yeah, we've been looking at other states to potentially move to. We actually moved to a new apartment. A lot of you guys actually noticed that on my Instagram story. So yeah, we moved about 20 to 30 minutes from our old place. And we moved in relatively recently, like 2 or 3 months ago. We've been loving it.
Yeah, it was actually the same week that I graduated. It was a lot in the same week. It was
Yeah.
like, oh, calm down. You have a lot of accomplishments, a lot of
hectic.
things going on.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, and that's also why we have so many like boxes and stuff still we're trying to unpack and get everything like situated. So we're getting there. It's taken some time, especially with graduation and everything, all the stuff going on at once. But it's a nice place. The dogs love it. There's a dog park literally like 50 feet from our front door, so they're able to like go out and run around. Luce is a complete like crazy, like he does his zoomies like crazy. Like I haven't seen him move that fast in a long time. I thought he was just like, he turned what, 2,
3,
and then, or no, he turned 2 and then decided to be an old man, and he's been like laying around just sleeping all the time. Doesn't really do anything. But if I mention one word, trigger word, outside, he jumps straight up and he's ready to go, and he's ready to run around. Graham's staring at us right now.
Maybe it's a trigger word.
He's like, outside, outside. That's it. Yeah, there goes Lucy. Popped his head up. At the same time. It's okay, Graham. No.
Graham,
you're gonna mess this set up.
Come up here, buddy. Okay, get down.
But yeah, they have a dog park right outside. It's less than 50 feet away. They like to run around and go crazy, so
we also have a nature trail right outside our apartment as well, and it's really nice. We get to get in our steps. We're on a new fitness journey this year, you guys. We're trying to get in at least like 5 miles. I'm on 5 miles a day right now, so anywhere between 12,000 15,000 steps. So it's pretty crazy. I've been consistent. I've been doing that now for like a week and a half, and I've already lost 10 pounds. So yeah, it's amazing.
And given that her livelihood, how she works, she's kind of like sitting behind a computer a lot and have a sedentary lifestyle. So it's really a good thing that she's able to be able to exercise more, get her steps in. I know with me, like I'm always like around there depending on like my day and the clients that I work with at my job. I could be anywhere between like 5,000 steps all the way up to like almost 20,000. So yeah. It kind of can vary, but I still do my steps with her. It's been helping me a lot, consistently getting 10,000 steps. So
over the past few months, I haven't been moving my body at all. I've been just, like Luke said, just sitting behind a desk, and most times just kind of laying in bed all day. So this is a great change for me. It's going to be nice to finally start getting active and getting my body right and getting my mind right, because mentally I have not been in a good mental headspace this year. I was really depressed, very just down throughout most of the year. So I'm excited and we're optimistic moving into this new year. A lot of good things are coming, and
a lot of good things are happening too. Lots of good news like coming from my mom's side. Things are just moving, so we're just trying to take things with stride and keep moving and keep pushing. So you'll see a lot more of us going forward. So it'll be a lot more fun, more of what I eat in a days, more what we eat in a days, all sorts of stuff, backed by popular demand, right? No?
Maybe.
Let us know down below if you want more of what we eat in a days.
All right, guys, so now we're gonna jump into part 2 of this video. I'm gonna get into burning questions and whatnot. So yeah, stay tuned.
See you guys later.
Bye. Alrighty, guys, let's jump into these questions. You guys had so many amazing questions. Some of these questions are really juicy, so yeah, I'm excited for this. I have been putting off this video for so long. I don't know why. I get lazy sometimes and don't want to edit my videos. So yeah, this video has been a long time coming. I appreciate your patience. But yeah, let's dive into this. I'm gonna start with the easy questions first. Some of them are a bit harder for me to answer. I'll leave those towards the end. So yeah, let's dive in. Alrighty, first question. Honestly, it's like more of a statement, but it says, I enjoy watching your videos, Ash. You are such a beautiful soul. Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me cry. Thank you so much. That is so sweet. I love you guys so much. I wanna thank each and every single one of you guys for continuing to watch my videos. I know that I wasn't very active in 2023. I was going through a lot of personal issues and battling depression and anxiety. You guys know that Luke's mom has been sick, and that's just been very, very stressful for both Luke and I. So yeah, I kind of fell into a bit of a funk and a depression this year. 2023 was just a really, really rough year for me in a lot of different ways. But I just want to thank you guys for continuing to show up for me and writing your sweet comments. I enjoy reading all of your comments. It means the world to me. It's gotten me through literally one of the toughest years of my life. So thank you guys just so much for all your support. I love you guys more than anything. All right, next question. Where are you from? I was born in the US. I was born in New York City. in like the Queens area, but I've lived here in Georgia pretty much my whole life. I left New York when I was a baby. A lot of you guys know that my parents were born in Jamaica, and fun fact, actually, my great-grandparents were born in Cuba and Honduras, so that's how I know Spanish and can speak Spanish pretty well. So yeah. What's your zodiac sign and birthday? I'm a Cancer. I was born on July 17th. Very, very, very Cancer. I have some like Scorpio in my chart as well, but when you get to know me, you'll see that I'm like this loving, caring, sweet, nurturing person. But you know, like a Cancer, I can be very emotional at times, a little moody, cranky, just very emotional. That's just kind of who I am. I got that crab in me, so yeah, you know, that's just who I am. Next question, how old are you? I'm 29. I'm turning the big 30 in July, like I said, which is freaking nuts, you guys. Literally feel like I just turned 21 like yesterday. So it's just amazing how fast time flies, but I'm excited for my 30s and for this new journey. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Next question, how tall are you? I'm 5'2". Your outfits always look so good on you. Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot. I'm 5'4" or 5'5". I think. Last time I went to the doctor, I was like 5'4.5", so somewhere around there. Honestly, I haven't felt like dressing up at all in 2023. I was just so depressed, so I would literally just be in like sweatpants and baggy t-shirts like for most of the day, I swear. But I really do appreciate that so much. I love fashion, you guys. Fashion is literally everything. I'm the kind of person that likes to keep up to date with like the latest fashion trends and things like that. I love to shop. I'm like kind of like an addict. I am a shopping addict. I love purses, you know, clothes, shoes, makeup, perfume. I'm definitely a girly girl, so I could shop all day long. Next question is, are you gonna be doing more giveaways? Yes, I do plan on doing more giveaways at some point on my channel. I was thinking about actually doing like a mini giveaway, not as big as the one that I did when I hit 50K subscribers, but when I hit 100K, I was thinking about doing like a mini giveaway, maybe give away like a Nama J2 juicer or a C2 juicer and blender in one. But yeah, I definitely want to do another one. My first giveaway was so fun and I just enjoy giving. You know, you guys have given so much to me, so I just want to give back to you in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, it's definitely coming, so stay tuned. Another one says, love your content and grateful for your posts on all your platforms. So inspiring. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I love you. Another question here says, what's your favorite raw vegan meal? That's hard. That's a really hard question. As someone that likes to eat a lot of food, I'm like, I don't know. I would probably say tacos. I could eat tacos all day, every day. And I make tacos a lot on my channel. I have shared tons of recipes. I'll link that in the cards above in case you guys missed those videos, but yeah, tacos hands down. I love tacos. I am addicted. Sometimes I'll make them with like a dehydrated taco shell, and that can take quite a bit of time to make, but it's not necessarily hard to make. You know, sometimes I keep it pretty simple and easy, and I'll use like a romaine leaf and then just add in my nut meat and other ingredients, and yeah, it's A1. Next question, also about food. I love the food questions. What's your favorite / easiest vegan meal? Since I answered my favorite meal, I'll say what my easiest one is. I'd probably say anything with like zoodles in it. Anything with noodles. I love noodles. That can be kelp noodles or zucchini noodles or cucumber noodles. Anything with noodles is my go-to. It's incredibly easy and it's freaking delicious. So yeah. Next question, it says, I'm new. Hi, welcome. How long have you been raw vegan? I hope to be like you one day. Such an amazing person. Aw, so sweet. I have been a raw vegan for 3 years now. I started my journey on September 12th, 2020. It's hard to believe it's even been that long. But yeah, this year in September will be 4 years. and I'm looking forward to it. I see myself being raw for a long time because I feel my best on raw food. So yeah, 3 years and counting, baby. Next question, what inspired you to become raw vegan? Great question. Well, I was already a vegan for 3 years prior to going raw, so I wanted to take it to the next step, which was raw veganism. And I'm so glad I did because I feel the best I ever felt in my entire life. I looked up to a lot of vegan influencers throughout my journey for guidance. One being the biggest raw vegan influencer in the community, Fully Raw Christina. I looked up to Freely, the banana girl, as well as Kate Flowers, mostly Kate Flowers actually. I admire the crap out of Kate. She is literally my hero. I love her so much, and I'm super sad that she doesn't make videos anymore, but she was one of the biggest influences that kind of made me want to transition to eating more raw. I would watch her videos literally all the time and be like, yeah, I can do this. And she just made the raw lifestyle just look so fun and actually obtainable. And so yeah, she was one of the biggest influences that I had. Also on a cooked vegan diet, I mentioned this in my raw vegan story video, I wasn't feeling my best. I wasn't feeling absolutely terrible like I was on the SAD diet, but I knew that I could have felt better. So I just kind of went off of what I was feeling, and that feeling led me to raw veganism, and it was the best decision I ever made for myself and my health. So yeah. Next question, do you ever yearn for cooked food, especially Jamaican food? Ooh, this is a good question. You know what? In the first 3 to 6 months of me going raw, it was brutal for me. My cravings for cooked food were insane. I remember thinking, oh my God, I need cooked food. And that's because I was so addicted to cooked food that I felt like I literally needed it all the time. In the beginning, yeah, the cravings were pretty intense, but now since I'm 3 years into my journey, I don't have the same cravings as I used to. I literally don't even crave it at all. Even when Luke is cooking his plant-based meals, I have no desire to consume it because, like I said, I feel my best on raw food. And I'm not saying that I felt crappy on cooked food. I didn't feel crappy. I just didn't feel my best as I do on raw food. So no, I don't have a craving for it, and I definitely do not crave Jamaican food. Jamaican food I literally thought was the best food in the world growing up. I grew up on, curry chicken, curry goat, oxtail, rice and peas, beef patties, jerk chicken, and in hindsight, it's one of the many foods that was making me sick and I didn't realize it. So those foods are loaded in sodium and cholesterol and saturated fat and just so many bad things for the body. So even though I enjoyed, the cuisine in my culture, loved Jamaican food, it was making me feel so sick, and I never ever want to go back to feeling that way again. So yeah, no, I don't miss eating Jamaican food nor any animal products whatsoever. When you first started, how did you break your cravings? To combat most of my cravings, what I typically did was just recreate meals and recipes that were similar to what I was craving. So in terms of texture, flavor, consistency, things like that, I would literally just kind of, make a raw vegan version of what I was craving, and that kind of seemed to help with the cravings a little bit. For example, if I was craving, candy, for instance, I would make something really sweet, like, a raw vegan brownie recipe or raw vegan cake recipe, or even ice cream to satisfy that that sweet craving that I was having at the time. If I wanted something more salty, say for instance hot Cheetos, I used to be freaking addicted to hot Cheetos, by the way, guys. So yeah, that was one of the foods that I was like, I hate that I had to give this up. I used to eat hot Cheetos all the time. That was like my go-to high school food. Anyways, so yeah, if I had a craving for hot Cheetos, I would make the raw vegan equivalent for me would be like making dehydrated buffalo cauliflower wings, which gave me that same salty satisfaction. So my tip is, if you're having cravings, just make a healthier alternative to what you're craving, and eventually the craving should ultimately subside. Alrighty, next question. I love your hair. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Has your hair changed since being raw? What is your straighten routine? Yeah, it definitely has. One obviously being the most obvious. It's definitely gotten a lot longer since I started my channel. It's a lot healthier, a lot more shinier. It's never been this shiny in my entire life, you guys, ever. Like, I'm not even joking. It's insane. And it's growing like weeds. The growth is crazy. My hair is literally the healthiest I've ever seen it in my life. Like, it's growing in so strong and so thick as well. It's just amazing. So raw foods has definitely changed my hair. I think it's just because of, you know, what I'm putting into my body. I firmly believe that what you put into your body shows on the outside. You know, you can see it in your hair, you can see it in your skin. So yeah, take care of your body from the inside and it'll exude all of the beauty in the world on the outside. I feel like I went on a little rant there, but yeah, what's your straighten routine? I straighten my hair a lot less than I used to. I used to get perms, or relaxers as people call them, back in the day. I got relaxers probably for over a decade and it caused so much damage to my hair. So that changed since I went raw vegan. I stopped getting perms and went completely natural. I love to rock my curly hair most of the time. I know that you guys have seen my natural curly hair in some of my videos. And I straighten my hair probably like every 4 to 6 weeks. And I know that may seem like a lot, but yeah, most of the month I'll wear my hair mostly curly. And then at the end of the month, I'll go in and go get my hair done. Shout out to my hairdresser, Mimi, if you're watching this. Mwah, I love you. This year, honestly, I'm trying to minimize putting heat on my hair because it has honestly caused a bit of breakage and a little bit of damage, especially in the back of my hair. So I'm trying to minimize heat as much as possible and wear my hair more curly this year. But right now, my current straighten routine is about every 4 to 6 weeks or so. Yes, I've been waiting. Glad all is well. Can't wait for the Q&A. I have a question. When are you guys gonna get pregnant? Sorry, I'm all up into business. Oh my gosh, girl, you can be all up in my business all you want. It's fine. I'm an open book. It's all good. Someone actually asked me a similar question to this, but pregnancy. Pregnancy has been quite the topic between Luke and I, honestly, over the past couple years, and we've been talking about it more and more. Having kids is something we both definitely want at some point, but it's also something that we both agreed that we're not necessarily ready for right now. I mean, we're not even married yet. I know a lot of y'all think that Luke is my husband. You guys call him hubby and all that kind of stuff. He is not my husband. I mean, honestly, we might as well be, considering the fact that we've been dating for like 10 years on and off, but we're just taking baby steps. We wanna get married first and then have a kid, or kids plural. I don't know, we'll see. But we talked about it and we have like a generic plan, or like a general timeline of ideally when we'd like to take that step. Luke and I literally had a conversation just the other day about having kids, and it made me really emotional for some reason. I think just because I know I'm around that age where I should really be thinking about starting a family, and there's a lot of pressure around that. Not pressure from Luke, but pressure from other people and other outside influences. And, you know, I see my friends on social media, like on Facebook, from high school, of them and their families. Like you know, that's all I see on Facebook nowadays is people posting about their kids, and a lot of my friends are on their third or their fourth kid, and it's hard not to compare. And sometimes I can't help but think that, you know, having kids is something that I really should be doing as well at this stage in my life, or at least really prioritizing if it's something that I know that I want and I do. But the reality is I'm just not ready, and I've come to terms with that, and I'm realizing that that's okay. And to be completely honest with you guys, I can't see myself having kids within the next 2 to 5 years right now. There's just still so much that I want to accomplish and do and achieve in my life before I bring another life into this world. Kids are a huge responsibility and I just want to make sure that I'm ready to take on that responsibility. And I know there's some people out there that will say, oh, well, you're never truly ready to have kids, right? And I understand that to a certain extent, but I just want to feel personally as ready as I possibly can. But yeah, I just get so emotional on the topic of kids and having kids in general, just because I think that there's this fear that if I wait too long that I'll miss out on my opportunity to be a mom. Honestly, Luke and I have already been told this by people that if we haven't had kids by the age of 25, then we've missed our chance and that ship has sailed. Yeah, we have heard that before. First of all, who are you to tell me? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna get into that right now. Let me not get into that, but yeah, duh, I know that's not true. You know, there's still a lot of women that have very healthy pregnancies later on in life in their 30s and 40s. But hearing that, I'm not gonna lie, it got in my head. And then, you know, there's just so much fear around having kids. There's this fear of, you know, missing my opportunity, like I mentioned earlier, or not being a great mom or being able to provide for them in the ways that I would like to provide for my kids. Luke thinks that's absolutely ridiculous, but you know, that's a fear that I have. And there's also this fear, like, you know, what if something happens to them? You know, the world is such a dangerous place. So yeah, a lot of fear there. But yeah, having kids is definitely something that I want to have come into fruition for myself in the future. Not exactly sure when or what that's gonna look like, whether that be, you know, having kids of my own or adoption. I don't know, but I'm still hopeful that being a mom is in the cards for me. And, you know, if it's in God's will for my life, then it'll happen in his timing. For right now, Luce and Graham are my babies. They're my fur babies. I love them. Let me know in the comment section below if you're also a dog mom or a dog dad. You are very much so appreciated. Raising a dog, especially a puppy, raising any animal is a lot of work. You are appreciated. Go pet parents, you the best. And of course, actual parents who have children, you guys are amazing and I admire you, and yeah, I love you. Alrighty, next question. What is your full-time job? Does Luke have a job? Yes, I do have a job. I am a recruiting specialist and I work for an optical retail company on a part-time basis. I recently made the decision to go down to part-time for various reasons, but the main one being because I wanted to have the opportunity to focus more on my YouTube channel and the things that make me happy and that I'm passionate about. And then Luke also has a job as well. He works as a behavior therapist for a hospital. He works with children with autism and neurodevelopmental disabilities, and it's something that he's extremely passionate about. If you guys follow me on my Instagram, you guys recently saw that he graduated with his master's degree, which is crazy, in applied behavior analysis. So currently right now he's studying to become a board certified behavior analyst, and yeah, that's what we do. So basically I am a part-time recruiter or work in talent acquisition, part-time content creator, YouTuber, influencer. I don't even like to use that term, but yeah, that's what I am. Second part of this question, do you want to get married? Yes, I definitely do want to get married at some point. Luke and I have talked about this as well. And I think we actually talked about it in our recent couples, not recent, it was like 2 years ago now. Our couples Q&A video. I'll link that video in the cards in case you guys missed it. But we have gotten this marriage question a lot more frequently. We're thinking about getting married within the next 2 to 4 years-ish. Honestly, if it were solely his decision to be married to me, he would have proposed by now. There would have been a ring on my finger a long time ago. So it's really just me that's not ready. I'm the kind of person that likes to take my time on things, especially really big things and big decisions. Marriage is a huge deal, and I definitely don't want to rush myself into it. I already know without a doubt Luke is my person. I feel like we already have that husband and wife kind of relationship. I mean, we're literally inseparable. He's my best friend. He's literally my everything. I just personally don't feel like I need the title of marriage or a ring to know that I love him and that he's the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with. I honestly feel like if we never got married, I'd be okay with that. As long as I had him by my side, I'm good. So right now, him and I are just enjoying being boyfriend and girlfriend. Him and I have both acknowledged that there's a lot of personal growth that we need to do individually in order to make a marriage work long term. So we're working on that, but marriage is definitely something that him and I both want for ourselves and our relationship in the future. When's the wedding? LOL. I don't know, sometime in the future. We'll see. Next question, pros and cons of living in Georgia, and would you move somewhere else? Hi Kelly, I love you. Mwah. We talk literally almost all the time on Instagram. Pros and cons of living in Georgia. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I feel like there are not a lot of pros to living in Georgia anymore. Like literally everywhere in Georgia is so freaking expensive. It's too freaking crowded here. Everyone is moving here. We have way too many people here. Y'all need to leave. Traffic is literally freaking ridiculous, especially in Atlanta. And I used to commute back and forth there when I would go to college at Georgia State. Oh my gosh, you guys, the traffic is unreal. It's just not fun. Yeah, what else? The weather is literally all over the place. You know, it could be like really sunny one day and then the next day there's a freaking blizzard. I don't know. There's just way too many inconsistencies in Georgia. I would personally love to move somewhere else. Luke and I have thought about living in, staying in the South. We don't want to go too far away from family. So ideally we were thinking about living in North Carolina, especially in the Highlands area where all the mountains are. It's super pretty down there. Or Tennessee, or Florida even. We love Florida, especially like the Tampa area. Luke is already considering like going to get his PhD, and we've been looking at the University of South Florida. So we're looking in the Tampa, Sarasota, Miami area, maybe even Texas. They have a lot of affordable real estate in Texas, and we're going to be looking to buy our first home within the next couple years, or even Hawaii. Hawaii is just really expensive, but I definitely want to live in a more tropical environment considering my lifestyle. So Hawaii would be amazing. It would be a dream, but probably not going to happen. So yeah, I know that was kind of a long-winded answer, but we're narrowing it down to North Carolina, Tennessee, Florida, Texas, or Hawaii. So yeah, we'll see where we end up. Next question. What does your family think of your way of eating, and do you ever give it to junk food? My family, my mom is very supportive of my way of eating. I think initially she was a little like, shocked, especially considering that raw veganism is so different from how I grew up eating, right? It's the complete opposite. So she was a little shocked, but eventually she came around. And my dad is also very equally supportive. He thinks it's so cool that I'm raw vegan, and he loves the fact that I'm inspiring so many people to also be raw vegan as well. So my family is extremely supportive. I have one sister as well, and she is also supportive. So I was fortunate enough to not get anyone in my family that's like so against my lifestyle. I had a lot more friends that were kind of weirded out by my lifestyle, which I found very shocking. So I think I remember telling you guys once that I ended up losing a lot of friends after I told them that I was going raw vegan. Still don't understand why. It's ridiculous why someone would do that just because someone decides to be raw vegan. I don't know. It's just weird. But yeah, everyone in my family is so behind my raw vegan diet and my lifestyle choices in general. So it feels good, and it feels even better to be surrounded by such a like-minded community of people that really love health and wellness and fitness just as much as I do. And feeling all the support and love from you guys means the world to me. So yeah, I appreciate you. And then the second part of that question is, do I ever give it a junk food? Heck no. My version of junk food is like nice cream or like raw vegan brownies and cakes, which I seldom eat. So yeah, junk food as in like hot Cheetos and like candy and chips and all that kind of stuff. Nope, not at all. What time do you stop eating for the day? Good question. On a good day, I'll say that I stop eating around 7:30 to 8. I like to have my cutoff time be 8 o'clock. But I'm not perfect. So there are days where, I will wake up feeling hungry in the middle of the night. This is not often, but sometimes I'll stop eating at like 10 or 11 o'clock. Depends on if I have like a craving or something at the end of the night. But like I said, on a good day, typically around 7 or 8. Okay, do you eat all the food that you make in your videos, or are you splitting it with the boo? Oh, this is a funny question. Yes, girl. I eat all of the food in my videos. Those big freaking salads that you guys see me eating in my What I Eat in a Day videos, I eat all of that. I have a really big appetite, if you couldn't tell already. I'm definitely a raw foodie, so yep, I eat all of it. And Luke sometimes will, eat some of my food, but like not off of my plate. I'll make extra for him to eat if he wants to have a raw dish, but for the most part, Luke makes his own plant-based meals. Next question is about fasting. It says, do you fast? And if so, how often? I don't fast too often, practically at all, if I'm being honest. Obviously, we know there are a lot of, amazing health benefits to fasting, like clearing out the body, advanced detoxification, things like that, but it's just not something that I personally like to do on the reg. I've done maybe like 4 juice fasts, like 5 max on my entire raw vegan journey. I've personally never gone over 14 days on any fast, and that was a juice fast. And I do that for various reasons. I've never done a water fast. I've never done a dry fast. I personally don't even believe in practicing dry fasting. for various reasons. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of differing opinions on this topic, but I just feel like it's quite extreme to a certain extent, and it can be quite dangerous if not done under the close monitoring of a health professional. You should always consult with a physician before going on any extended fast, especially a water fast or a dry fast. I'm not entirely against fasting, like juice fasting. I've done, like I said, a 14-day juice cleanse, and I received amazing results: weight loss, better sleep, happier mood, more energy, clear skin, just so many amazing benefits. You may even want to consider going on just like a temporary juice cleanse if you're transitioning to a raw vegan diet. I personally didn't do that. I don't think it's entirely necessary, but you may want to consider doing that. It may be also beneficial, especially if you're coming from the SAD diet and your gut needs a lot of cleansing and things like that. So yeah, in that regard, it may be beneficial, but like I said, I don't think it's necessary to do all the time. You know, I always say on my channel, I believe juicing is supplemental. It should not be a meal replacement. So I'm not entirely against juice fasting specifically, but I'm totally against dry fasting and water fasting. I know that was kind of a long-winded answer. I apologize. But yeah, that's just my opinion. That's my personal opinion on fasting in general. I know obviously, again, there's going to be differing opinions out there. Do your own research and just do what's best for you. If you have done over a 200-day juice fast and you have received amazing results, that is great. I always encourage you to do what's best for you and for your body. But for me personally, I don't do extended juice fasts, and I definitely do not do water fasts or dry fasts. All right, now I'm gonna go more into like the weight specific questions. I've gotten a lot of questions surrounding my weight recently, so let's get into it. First question said, did you lose weight rapidly, like a pound a day? When I first went raw, I'd say I lost weight, not rapidly, but gradually over time, over the span of a year. At most, I dropped 27 pounds consuming a raw vegan diet, and that was through eating raw vegan and also moving my body as well. So I naturally shed 27 pounds over a year, which is a very healthy amount of weight to lose within that time frame. Next question. This question is actually in Spanish. Se nota que tuviste de peso, te saliste de la dieta cruda vegana, comiste vegana estos meses. I'll translate that for those of you that don't know Spanish. They're saying it shows that I've gained weight. Obviously, right? Did I get off the raw vegan diet? Was I eating vegan those months that I was off social media? I definitely wanted to address this comment specifically because I know a lot of y'all have also mentioned that you've noticed that I've gained quite a bit of weight in such a short period of time. Some of y'all even thought I was pregnant. I just want to clear that up real quick. I am not pregnant. Just throwing that out there. But I will say that I tend to gain a lot of weight during stressful periods in my life. I tend to stress eat a lot. It's something that I'm still working on. Over the past 6 months or so, so like the second half of 2023, I was extremely stressed out, extremely depressed. And as a result, I went to food for comfort. You know, when I was going through my personal struggles with anxiety and depression, I was eating a lot, significantly more than I was used to eating. Before, I would eat on average maybe honestly like 1,800 if I wasn't feeling that hungry that day, to like 2,500 calories max a day. I went from that to eating 4,500 to 6,000 calories a day. Obviously, I was eating vegan food, vegan plant-based food, but a lot of it. And I was eating a very, very high fat vegan diet, eating a lot of avocados, a lot of nuts, just eating constantly just to cope with all the stress that I was going through. I want to clearly state that I did not leave veganism at all. Veganism is my lifestyle. I don't view this as this temporary diet. Veganism has truly saved my life in so many ways, and I'm not going to just abandon that just because I'm going through a tough time. You know, veganism extends beyond myself. I am vegan for not only myself, but also for the animals and for the environment. Anyways, like I said, I gained the weight because I was just eating a lot. And I was eating really late at night. I was just stressed out of my freaking mind. Just depressed, you guys. And a lot of y'all know stress just tends to keep weight on some people. It just does. And like I said, I just eat a lot more in times of stress, and it's normal. It's normal for a lot of people. Honestly, it should be normalized more. I feel like there's just gonna be times in our lives that we eat more food or less food, and you know, that's okay. You know, I know for me personally, my relationship with food is not perfect, and that's okay. That's a part of the journey. We just have to remember to give ourselves grace in those times. Another part of that question, did I fall off the raw vegan diet? No, I did not fall off the raw vegan diet. I stayed raw during those months that I was off social media. Again, I was just eating a lot, higher fat. A lot of people don't believe that, and I don't care because I know it's true. I had this one person say in a comment recently that because of how I look now, I don't even seem like someone that's vegan. I don't look like someone that's vegan. And honestly, that's freaking ridiculous. And a whole nother conversation that I won't get into right now, but I'll just say this. There is not one specific look to someone that's vegan, okay? There are a lot of beautiful, curvier vegans out there. There's a beautiful curvy vegan in the raw vegan community, Jeanette from Misfit Vegan. She is absolutely stunning. Jeanette, if you're watching this, I freaking love you. She's gorgeous. And then there are skinny vegans out there. There's some people that think that you have to be super skinny to be classified a vegan, or honestly, I'll take it one step further, a healthy person in general, which is absolutely absurd. There is not one specific look to a vegan or raw vegan. Vegans, raw vegans, plant-based people in general come in all shapes and sizes. And guess what? They're all freaking beautiful regardless. Size doesn't equate to health. One person's size may not necessarily mean that they're healthier than the other person. And honestly, you shouldn't even be going on this lifestyle to achieve any specific look. Don't become a vegan because you're trying to be skinny, right? That's not what veganism is about. I remember watching a video on YouTube years ago of Freely talking about her first time meeting Ravana, well, formerly Ravana, Yovana at the Woodstock Fruit Festival. And the first question that she asked Freely was, oh my gosh, Freely, why are you so skinny? Or how do you stay so skinny? Something to that effect. And Freely knew that she was in veganism for the wrong intentions, right? And now she's no longer vegan, so it makes a lot of sense. But my point in saying that is you should not go to veganism to strive for a specific look or because you want to be thin and skinny. That's not what veganism is about. You're missing the whole point of veganism. Don't be concerned about how you look. Your concern should be for the animals and, you know, animal liberation and for our environment and for the overall, you know, well-being of our planet. That should be where the concern lies, not about how you look. And we need to strive for health, not looks, people. Strive for health. Another lady actually recently asked me, she was like, I'm new to a raw vegan diet and I'm trying to lose weight. And that's fine if you want to go on a raw vegan diet in the hopes of losing weight. That's a great goal to have. I'm not saying you shouldn't have goals, but that shouldn't be the only reason why you're going on a raw vegan lifestyle, because it's so much more than that, right? But then she's like, I'm trying to lose weight and I see that you've gained weight. How do I ensure that that won't be my reality, something like that. I'll just say this to you. If you don't struggle with depression, anxiety to the point where it cripples you and makes you want to literally lay in bed all day, you'll be just fine. I promise you, you'll be fine. I literally was depressed, and I let myself down, you guys. I would lay in bed and just cry all day. I was living a very sedentary lifestyle. I was barely walking like 500 steps a day. I just didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to do anything. I isolated myself. I stopped working out. I mentioned that in my Instagram post. I was just a lazy bum. So, you know, eating a healthy raw food diet is one thing, but then you also have to ensure that you're incorporating other aspects of the lifestyle. That includes exercise, getting some sun, moving your body. I wasn't doing any of that, and that's why I gained the weight that I did, and obviously eating in excess. So, obviously don't eat as many calories as I was eating, and continue to move your body and you'll be fine. Next question, please share how to gain or maintain weight as a vegan. Alrighty, well, I will start off by saying that obviously you can gain weight on a raw vegan or vegan or plant-based diet. Honestly, it doesn't matter what lifestyle you have, you can gain weight. It just depends on numerous factors like activity level. Are you living a sedentary lifestyle? Are you sitting on your butt for 10, 12 hours of the day doing nothing? Or are you actually out there exercising and moving your body? It depends on what types of foods that you're putting into your body. Do you have more of a high carb or a higher fat diet? Mental health can play a huge part in how you look and gaining, maintaining weight, losing weight, all that stuff. Obviously, if you're under a lot of stress and anxiety, you can easily put on a lot of weight. I personally consume now a higher fat raw vegan diet. So I eat a lot more higher caloric, dense, higher fat foods. And I'll put a list on the screen of some higher fat raw vegan foods for you to reference. If you eat an abundance of these specific foods, you can gain weight. And I mean a serious abundance. Like I told you guys earlier, I was eating 4,500 to about 6,000 calories a day. So if you want to gain weight on a raw vegan diet, eat that many calories. There are a lot of raw foodists out there that eat that many calories that have gained weight, and that was their goal. So if you also want to gain weight or maintain weight, you need to eat more. You know, eat more foods that are calorically dense, gradually increase the size of your meals, and incorporate more higher fat foods into your diet. Next question is, how do I maintain my weight? You guys, this is the most common question I've probably received since I started my YouTube channel. So many people are shocked. They're like, I've never seen a raw vegan that's your size and yada yada yada. And it's so shocking to people. But yeah, like I said, I eat a mostly higher fat raw vegan diet right now. That may change. When I first started my raw vegan diet, I was very high carb, was following mostly that 80-10-10 diet, and it just didn't work for me. It wasn't sustainable for me personally long term. So yeah, now I eat higher fat, so that includes foods like oils. I know some raw vegans don't like to consume oil in their diets at all. You know, I like to have oil in my diet every now and then. That also includes things like nuts, nut butters, avocados, seeds, you know, things like that. And higher fat, more high calorie foods just help me to better maintain my weight. Another question here says, do you have tips for maintaining weight while raw? I've gotten so tiny. You can get very, very, very tiny if you're not eating. And I'm not saying that you're not eating at all, but just ensure that you're eating. Eat. I mean, don't overdo it, but just make sure that you're eating sufficiently and nourishing yourself adequately. Just make sure that you're eating a sufficient amount of calories and getting the right nutrients that you need. You can do this by getting just like an app on your phone. I use Chronometer, and you can track what you're putting into your body, how many calories you're consuming. I don't track my calories that much anymore, but you know, as a raw vegan beginner, I did that quite often, and I think it's necessary as a beginner to do that, at least temporarily. But yeah, that was one of the many mistakes that I made when I first went raw. I talked about it in my raw vegan mistakes video, is I was majorly under eating. So make sure that you're eating enough. Your portion sizes need to be significantly bigger because the caloric value of what you're consuming, fruits and vegetables, are naturally lower, so you need to eat more of it. And yeah, just eat, my friends. Eat, eat, eat to your heart's content. Tips on losing belly fat on a raw vegan diet: eat lots of fruit and vegetables. I mean, it's that plain and simple. Fruits and vegetables are very high in water content. So, you know, if you're eating those foods consistently, fat is just gonna naturally just melt off your body. And if you're incorporating exercise routinely into your lifestyle, that'll definitely help to keep the unnecessary fat at bay. Next question: what foods are best to maintain a good iron level? I get my iron from my dark leafy greens. So I eat a lot of spinach, a lot of kale. Another great iron source are nuts and seeds, anything like flaxseed, chia seeds, hemp seeds. I also like to take a supplement called spirulina. Spirulina is like an algae that's extremely high in iron as well as like nori / seaweed. Great iron source. Iron is actually one of the supplements that I take occasionally. So I'll take a liquid iron. It's from Mary Ruth Organics. It's amazing. It tastes great. I definitely like to include it in my diet every now and then just to ensure that my iron levels are good. You know, other iron sources, other plant-based iron sources could be blackstrap molasses, very, very high in iron. Things like tofu, tempeh, legumes, chickpeas, beans, things like that. So I'll put a full list on the screen for you guys to reference, but yeah, there's a lot of high iron plant-based sources out there. So next question: how to be confident in our body. I struggle so much feeling confident. Oh my gosh, I completely understand. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and say I'm confident all the time. You know, I struggle with confidence sometimes. It's taken me a while to get to this point where now I feel comfortable in my own skin and I love and appreciate my body. For a long time, I actually hated my body. I hated what I saw when I looked in the mirror. So I understand that struggle with confidence, but you know, understand that confidence comes from within. You know, you have to feel it, you have to believe it. When I was struggling with my self-confidence, I literally had to look in the mirror every day and tell myself that you are beautiful, that you are loved, you are all of these amazing things, and just give myself these positive affirmations. And that really, really helped with my self-confidence. I think for me personally, going on my raw vegan journey and going on my path to, you know, health and overall wellness has really shown me, you know, the importance and the value of self-love and acceptance. I wouldn't have discovered that if I didn't go on my healing journey, so I'm very appreciative of that. And also, you know, if you don't like the way your body looks, you know, you have everything. You have all the power to make decisions and choices in your life to change it, you know? But it starts with believing in yourself and believing that you are this beautiful being, regardless of what your body looks like. You are absolutely stunning. And I know that's a lot easier said than done to do, but you have to love yourself and love yourself past all of your insecurities. And once you do that, the confidence will just come. All right, next question. How do family/friend functions work for both you and Luke, given you live a different lifestyle? Great question. I mean, it's pretty much normal, honestly. If we know that we're going to a specific function or event that has food that him and I obviously can't eat, we just like prepare our meals before then and then just bring it to the event. Usually that ends up in us having to explain why we're not eating the food there. And then we get into these long talks about why we're vegan or why we're plant-based, and it just, you know, starts this whole conversation. But yeah, it's fine. People are just curious about our lifestyles, and I think it's really cool to share and even enlighten people about veganism when we go to these events, and it's just nice. Same with holidays and stuff. Like literally on Thanksgiving of 2023, I brought over a huge salad bowl to Thanksgiving dinner over at my mom's house, and you know, she was totally okay with it. She even ate some of the salad too. You know, it was nice. And yeah, you know, some people will just ask us to bring over our meals and they'll enjoy it with us. So yeah, functions are great. Do you feel like your pH is way better eating healthy? Abso-freaking-lutely. Yeah. My pH before was literally all over the place. Now it's balanced. I feel like it's reached some homeostasis, if you know what I mean. I used to have really bad body odor sometimes when I was eating an animal-based diet. Now I hardly smell at all. And obviously that's large in part because of, you know, the amazing water-rich, nutrient-rich foods, the clean foods that I put into my body on a continuous basis. So yeah, my pH has definitely improved, and yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. It's great. How has being fully raw affected your feminine health? This kind of goes hand in hand with the previous question. I'll kind of stem from that. Overall feminine health is great now that I've transitioned to a raw vegan diet. Like I said, odor is literally non-existent. Vaginal health is impeccable. My fertility is really good. I actually recently did a fertility test with Modern Fertility like last year, and my hormone levels were perfect for my age. So yeah, that's amazing. Before, when I was eating animal products, my hormone levels were literally all over the place. It was insane. In terms of sexually, this might be a bit TMI, but sexually I have a very high libido, whereas before I didn't crave sex at all. So my overall feminine health is really good. I got another question here that's asking about my menstrual cycle. It says, how has your menstrual cycle changed since you've been raw vegan? I will talk about this as well, since we're on the topic of feminine health. My menstrual cycle, it's changed a lot, you guys. When I was on an animal-based diet, the SAD diet, my periods were so irregular. Some months I would get a period, and then like the next month I wouldn't see my period. The next month after that I wouldn't see my period, and then it would come back. There was one time where I didn't see a period for 3 months. I literally thought something was wrong with me. Clearly that is not normal, so something was very much so wrong with me. But now, since I'm on a raw vegan diet, my periods are actually regular again. I have not missed a period in years. And before, like in terms of flow, my periods on the SAD diet were very, very, very heavy, and I would get so much like bloating and pain. My PMS symptoms were terrible. I would have the worst nausea, the worst cramps of my entire life, and now I feel little to no pain. The flow is very light. I only get a period now for about like 3 to 4 days, like max. Honestly, like 5 days max, whereas before I would have a period for like 8, 9 days. Like it was insanely long. And in terms of the color, before on the SAD diet, it was very dark brown. I know this is a bit TMI, sorry. Yeah, it was like dark brown, and now it's like a very vibrant, bright red. So yeah, overall, feminine health is amazing, and I only have the raw vegan diet to thank for that, so yeah. Alrighty, find any fruits that you've not had a chance to taste yet. A lot. They're mostly exotic tropical fruits. There's one that's primarily abundant in Asia, durian. I have not tried durian yet, you guys. Let me know in the comment section below if you have and like what it tastes like, but I've seen videos of people eating durian for the first time online and describing the taste and the texture and all that kind of stuff, but I've just always been super curious about it. So yeah, durian's definitely one of those fruits that's on my list to try. What else? There's a tropical fruit called breadfruit that I've been really curious about. There's also one called dead man's finger. Really interesting name for a fruit, but I've always wanted to try it too. What else? Oh my gosh, I have a whole list. It's just nothing's coming to mind right now, so I'll just put all the fruits that I want to try on the screen for you guys. I recently tried a Buddha's hand. I actually found it in a Whole Foods store, and I tried it and I was like, this is fire. It smells like a lemon and a grapefruit had a baby. It smells divine. It's incredible. If you haven't tried Buddha's hand, definitely go for it. Another one says, love your content. Thank you so much. I'm transitioning to raw. I wanted to know how to make raw bread. Okay, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. And it's awesome that you're transitioning to a raw vegan diet. Yay, good for you. I actually have a couple recipes that I'm gonna come out with later this year where I'm gonna be sharing a raw vegan bread recipe in a future what I eat in a day or what I eat in a week video, so stay tuned for that and I'll share it on my channel soon. Hi, what's the name of the place you get your raw vegan sushi? Hello, hi, how are you? Raw vegan sushi, there are a couple restaurants I like to get it at. There's one restaurant in Atlanta called Healthful Essence. They have literally the best sushi ever. And then I think maybe Tassili's used to sell sushi at one point. I could be wrong, I don't know, but Healthful Essence is one of my favorite restaurants I like to get my sushi at. All right, next question. Do you have a budget for your groceries? If so, is it easy to manage with the high prices? I do have a budget. I allot a daily budget of anywhere between $20 to $30 a day. I recently did a budget video earlier this year, sometime in like May, sometime over the summer. I'll link that video above if you missed it. I include a lot of budget-friendly meals in that video. But yeah, I know $20 to $30 a day is a lot for some people, a lot of people actually. It's a lot for me, honestly. Because of recent inflation, my daily budget has just gone up significantly. Prices of things around where I live just keep on getting higher and higher and higher and higher. So yeah, it can definitely be a challenge to stay within my budget. Not gonna lie, sometimes nowadays I go a little over my budget, unfortunately. But yeah, I typically set a $20 to $30 daily budget because that's what I can reasonably afford where I live and still ensures that I'm getting enough food and calories needed to sustain myself. I remember I used to spend anywhere between $10 to $15 a day on food. Those were the days. Unfortunately, those days are just gone considering the current state of the economy. So yeah, hopefully it'll get better. But right now, $20 to $30 a day. What's an average on groceries per week / month? I spend anywhere between $600 to $900 per month. I know that's a lot of money on food. I know, but as I said previously, before inflation, that number was not nearly as high as it is now. I do occasionally like to splurge on amazing raw vegan gourmet cuisine, so I like to go out sometimes to Atlanta and go to my favorite raw vegan restaurants, Tassili's and Lovin' It Live, and get some amazing raw vegan meals there. But again, that's included in my monthly budget as well. Alrighty guys, that wraps up today's very, very, very long Q&A. If you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate the crap out of you. If you have any specific questions that I didn't answer that you want to know, drop them in the comment section below and I may do a part 2 video to this. Anyways guys, I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah. I hope you all have an amazing day and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.